You enter Asgard's hall not as a pilgrim, but as a skeptic. Men fall to their knees at the sight of eternity, yet you walk in defiance. You believe gods are illusions because your city drowns in chaos. But look above, stars align, galaxies dance in symmetry. This is not chance. This is architecture. You did not come here to question my throne. You came to confront the possibility that design governs even your shadows.
I see the patterns, Thor. Galaxies, storms, civilizations rising and collapsing like clockwork. But patterns prove nothing about benevolence. My parents died because of a single pull of a trigger in a filthy alley. That event shaped Gotham more than any constellation ever could. If that was design, then the designer valued tragedy more than mercy. Intelligent design, yes. Intelligent compassion, no.
Your parents' death did not end Gotham. It forged you. You mistake cruelty for indifference. The universe does not operate to spare grief. It operates to carve resilience. My hammer does not prevent the storm, it channels it. So it is with design. Events unfold with weight because that weight creates will. Your entire crusade is proof. A random city would have swallowed you. Gotham sharpened you. That is not chaos.
Structure does not excuse suffering. The Joker's chaos is structured. Criminal empires run on patterns. Order alone is meaningless when it breeds decay. If the universe is designed, then design has no moral center. My war proves that evil flourishes inside the same patterns that sustain life. Calling it structure is not enough. Justice cannot be indifferent. A god that allows atrocity under the banner of balance is no different from the criminals I hunt.
You measure divinity by kindness. That is your error. Divinity is not sentiment. It is presence, scale, inevitability. You fight criminals who bend rules for their own gain. The universe bends men, breaks men, and in breaking them reveals whether they will crawl or rise. That is design. The weaver does not ask if the thread enjoys being woven. The design stands because it must.
Truth that destroys the innocent is not truth I accept. If events are guided, then that guidance serves no one but itself. I walk into alleys where children bleed for crimes they never committed. You tell me that is design. I tell you that is failure. If intelligent design exists, then intelligence without justice is corruption. I do not bow to patterns that consume lives. I break them, even when it costs me everything.
And yet in breaking them, you prove their existence. Chaos would not bend beneath your will. It would scatter. But every night you act, Gotham responds. Fear spreads, lives shift, enemies rise to meet you. These are not random ripples. They are evidence of a fabric that tightens when touched. Your very struggle proves the universe has threads, even if you refuse the hand that wove them.
Threads can exist without a weaver, because an effect does not require intention. A bullet leaves a body, a death leaves an orphan becomes a weapon. That chain is not divinity, it is consequence. I live inside consequence and I fight to bend it. If I accept a designer, then I accept that designer built a system where crime thrives on the blood of the innocent. That is not wisdom.
Negligence is a mortal word. You are still thinking as a man confined to one city, one lifespan. Design stretches beyond you, beyond Gotham. You condemn the storm because it drowns a street. I call it divine because it waters a continent. Perspective defines judgment. You see pain, I see balance. The existence of design does not ask for approval.
A storm that drowns children cannot be excused by the crops it feeds. Justice is not balance. Justice is protection. That is the core of my war. You call it narrow, I call it human. And humanity demands that any design worth reverence must value the lives it weaves. If not, then it is machinery, not godhood. A god without justice is only another tyrant with a larger stage.
Then carve justice yourself. That is what separates you from men who drown in despair. You reject the fabric and stitch your own. That is the paradox, Batman. In denying gods, you act as one. You impose order, demand morality, bend chaos into structure. Mortals look to thunder and stars to confirm their faith. Gotham looks to a man in shadows. The existence of God is not confined to thrones. It stands in the will to define reality.
Then the existence of God is not the question. The question is who dares to bear that weight. You wield storms, I wield fear. Both of us reshape what would otherwise consume men. I came here searching for proof in stars, in design, in vastness. I leave with a different truth. Godhood is not distant. It is presence, action, endurance. If the universe lacks justice, then I will supply it. That is my answer to design.